Welcome to the weekly video podcast for the new PBS series, E Squared. This exclusive online program will take you beyond the episode you just watched and deeper into the world of sustainable design.
According to the United Nations, there will be about 2 billion more inhabitants in developing world cities over the next 30 or 40 years. Third world cities are going to be crucial to the world's social and environmental sustainability. Social because if we don't have quality of life, it is a fertile environment for terrorism and violence and all kinds of destructive passions. And environmentally because clearly if we have these giant cities all over the world moving by big cars in big highways, the world is not going to be a very sustainable place. When we talk about cities, really we are talking about a way of life, because cities really are only a means to a way of life. And I think people behave the way they are treated. And if the city treats them well, they respond in kind. We are really trying to learn a different way of life. We are trying to create different values. We have, as a society, to find a different model, because if we are going to measure our success or failure simply in terms of production and consumption, we are not going to catch up with the richest countries for the next 200 years. So we have to tell our youth that we're just a failure, we're a fourth-rate society. So we have to create a society where other things are valued, like culture, like music, like sports. We want the hero of the neighborhood to be a guy who does sports and goes in a bicycle to the library, and not the one who has drug dealings and has a gold chain around his neck and a fancy motorcycle. I think if we create different values, we also combating corruption, because the root of corruption is some raw materialism. When young people think that's success in life, almost you only have to wait for an opportunity for corruption to occur. The issue of social status is very important in every aspect of life, but in transport is crucial. I mean, you see all cars are sold on the basis of status. I mean, you see why somebody buys a car that costs $200,000 and the other costs $10,000, because the $200,000 car gives you more status. And in developing countries, of course, the people who own cars, they think really are an upper class. Those who have to ride public transport are the lower class. Even in the United States, when they try to put public transport, they have to take this into consideration. For example, in Portland, they wanted the yuppies to use the public transport, so they could not put buses, because buses are identified with the Colombians and Mexicans, Latinos, and with blacks and things. So they put trams. Trams do basically the same thing that a bus does, except it costs like 3 or 4 times more. And it's sexier for yuppies. So transport is a very peculiar problem, because it's the only problem in developing country cities which does not get solved as countries get richer. I mean, if here in Bogotá we had 3 or 4 times higher income per capita tomorrow, we will have better health, better housing, better culture, better education, but transport problems will be worse if people want to go by car everywhere. So really, the only way to solve these problems is not simply through investing more money. It takes a change in the way of life, and that's very difficult.
For more information about E Squared, visit our website at pbs.org.
Thank you for watching. I'm Carl Bass. We're proud to sponsor this weekly podcast for E Squared Design.